ABC Jack here. Welcome to Vinyl Martini. As I said in my last video, I went to a record fair last week, and I know I said I was going to take it easy. I was going to be really selective, but as things happen, I bought a pile of records, but I didn't pay a lot for them. I came in under budget. I had cash in hand, and I came back with cash, which is pretty unusual for me. Usually I stay until I spend it all. Anyways, let's get to it. Found a dealer with about 8 or 9 crates of 3 for $10. They were actually $4 each, 3 for $10. So I went through them and found some pretty cool stuff. Quebecois band, prog band. Band is Harmonium. This was released in 1974. My buddy Romy loves this band. His channel is a French Vinyl Addict. Why don't you check out his channel? He loves prog and jazz rock. Got a great channel, great guy. I will leave a link down below to his channel. I did a live stream with him once, had a lot of fun. Anyways, and I met him in the summer, great guy. But here it is, Harmonium, band from Quebec. All songs in French. But I know about this band. I've just never found a nice, clean copy like this. This is a beautiful copy, nice textured sleeve. Harmonium. How about some average white band? This is Cut the Cake from 1975. Recorded after the death of their drummer, Robbie McIntosh, who died from an overdose. But they found another drummer, and this is a Scottish band, funk, rhythm and blues band. Fantastic band. I have their first record. I have their 4th record. Now I've got their 3rd record. Cut the Cake. Average white band. Fantastic stuff. Somebody was talking about Al Stewart the other day. They only need 2 of his albums. This one and the follow-up. I did not have Year of the Cat, of course. Big hit for him. Now I have the 2 albums that you need from Al Stewart. Year of the Cat. Very mild kind of, I don't know how you describe Al Stewart, but mild kind of proggy, folky prog, I guess. Songwriter. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. Really nice copy as well. I see this all the time, just beat to crap. 3 for $10. How about the Pride of Oklahoma, Leon Russell, and this is Will o' the Wisp. Again, another nice, clean copy, Will o' the Wisp. I think their song on this album that got some airtime in 1975 was Back to the Island. But I love Leon Russell. I'm trying to build up my Leon Russell collection. And I found a copy of Carney there, but it was scratched, so I didn't bring it home, obviously. Leon Russell, Will o' the Wisp. Here is Dave Edmunds. His buddy Nick Lowe gets mentioned in the VC quite a lot, but Dave Edmunds doesn't get a lot of attention. This is a 1983 release. Jeff Lynne plays on here, and he produces one song. Dave Edmunds is kind of a throwback to rock and roll, rockabilly. Great performer. I love Dave Edmunds. I've got about 4 or 5 of his records, and they're always cheap and they're always good. So this one is called Information from 1983. Beautiful shape. Again, 3 for $10. Some soul singers, some women soul singers. Denise Williams. This is her album Songbird from 1977. Denise used to be a backing singer for Stevie Wonder for many, many years, and then she went on to a solo career. I've got one of her other records, so she's a very, very smooth singer, got a great voice. And this one was cheap, and again, look at the cover, just mid-condition. Shiny, a little bit of ring wear, but not too bad. How about a little diva here? Diana Ross. This album is called Ross, and it is from 1978, I think. I think this is a compilation, actually. Diana Ross has got a nice sultry voice, of course. Everybody knows Diana Ross from the Supremes, but nice copy again, so clean. 3 for $10, folks. Couldn't pass that up. Another diva I love, Donna Summers, and this is an album called The Wanderer from 1980. This is her first record for Geffen Records again. An album produced by Giorgio Moroder and Peter Bellotte, but she writes a couple songs on here. She's also a songwriter. Great singer. Fantastic. I love Donna Summers. Guilty pleasure. Donna Summers, The Wanderer from 1980. Russ Ballard, formerly of Argent. This is his 1978 release called At the Third Stroke. I've got a couple of Russ Ballard records. They're always solid, kind of pop rock records. His songs have been covered by a huge number of people, and of course he and Rod Argent were the main forces behind Argent. I'm going to get back to Argent later on in a few records hence, but in the third stroke it's called. Again, so clean. Fantastic, fantastic find. Brian the Embryonic, Robot will know this one. This is Strange Advance, Toronto band, 19, let me get the date on this here if I can. I think it's 1982 or so. Of course the date is not here. Help me out. Anyways, 1982, but they do a great song on here that I just totally love. I always loved it, called Worlds Away. It's the first song on the second side, I believe. Really strange post-punk, new wave kind of sound. Really deep and mysterious. So this, I was really happy to find this. I've seen it before, but totally beat up. This one has got a little bit of damage on the top here, but other than that, it's in pretty good condition. So really happy to find that. Another Canadian band. Next up, the Mark Allman Band. Not Mark Allman, the individual performer, but it is two fellas that are in the band are John Mark and Johnny Almond. They're from the Bay Area. They're more like a jazz prog band. They recorded a number of records. They're all great. This one's in the Shrink. This is from 1976, and it is called To the Heart. Always happy to find a Mark Allman Band album that I don't have in my collection to fill a hole there. Mark Allman. And finally, of the 3 for $10, found a nice copy of Four Wheel Drive from BTO from I'm going to guess and say 1975. I never used to have any BTO in my collection. I always thought I was they were a little below me, kind of a blue collar band, but I picked up BTO 2 about 6 months ago, and it was just fantastic, just chock full of great songs. And the hit on this one was Hey You, sung by Randy Bachman. Really happy to find this copy. There's a lot of kind of tasty little jazz influences on guitar as well from Randy Bachman. This is a great record in great shape. It's a gatefold. There's the boys in all their glory. Randy Bachman, Four Wheel Drive. Next was I went to a dealer that all the records in his bins were priced at $10 each, and he had some dillies in here. Filled a bunch of holes in my collection. First up is Argent's second album, talking about Russ Ballard. Ballard, of course, was in the band with Rod Argent, and they were the main singers, songwriters. This is called Ring of Hands, and it is from I'm going to say 1970, I think. Nice cover. I think it's a Hypnosis cover, actually. Yep, Hypnosis. But you can tell the state of the band there. There's two pictures, and there's Rod Argent and Russ Ballard there. They're having champagne in the dining room while the drummer and the bass player are stuck in the living room playing a game of chess with no bubbly in front of them. Great record. They kind of petered out after Russ Ballard moved on, but fantastic band. Argent, Ring of Hands. Next up is a band called Audience, and they did a fantastic record called House on the Hill. I think that was released in about 1973, I believe. Just fantastic. Everybody should have the Audience record. Really came from a really fertile period of recording in Great Britain. This is their first record, I think. It's 1972 release called Lunch. And I'm not sure if they did 3 records or only 2 records. I'm pretty sure they only did 2 records, and then they went their separate ways. But fantastic band. Stand by the Door is great. This one was produced by Gus Dudgeon. I don't have the inner sleeve. Howard Worth, acoustic guitar and vocals. Trevor Williams, bass guitar. Tony Connor, drums and backing vocals. Keith Gemmell, tenor sax. And featuring Nick Judd, Bobby Keys, and Jimmy Price as well. Fantastic acoustic-based band. Some call them proggy. I don't call them proggy. A little more arty, I think. A little more folky, but fantastic sounds. Great singer. And they had a really distinguished sound. Audience, Lunch from 1972. This was the surprise of the day for me. I have been looking for a Vinegar Joe record for many, many years. And this is Vinegar Joe. It's called Rock and Roll Gypsies. And nobody really, I haven't met anybody who knows who Vinegar Joe is, but Vinegar Joe was the first band that Robert Palmer was in. And he shared vocals with Elkie Brooks. And here's her on the cover. They were a rock and an R&B band. She has a big, big voice. Martin the Vinyl Scavenger always seems to pick up Elkie Brooks records. So she had a long, long solo career after she left Vinegar Joe. And this particular record, she takes over most of the vocals with Robert Palmer doing the backing vocals. But on two songs, two Palmer-written songs, he does lead vocals. So you don't really get the full flavor of Palmer's voice as if it's going to come from Sneaking Sally Through the Alley and Pressure Drop. But two songs are Falling and Forgive Us by Robert Palmer, where he takes lead vocals, and they're fantastic. So I think Vinegar Joe did about 3 records, but like I said, I was really, really surprised to find this record, and it is a Canadian pressing. Excuse me. I've never seen, like I said, I've never seen a Vinegar Joe album out in the wild, and that was only $10 and it's in great condition. So I'm very, very pleased to find that. Next up, I picked this up, and I've known about this for a long time, and I've known about this fellow for a long time. But there's a little sticker on here that the dealer wrote on it. It says, "Strange, sounds like Dr. John, Canadian, and the meters provide the music." So this is Richard Newell, the King Biscuit boy from Hamilton, same city as Robert Langlois. Is it Robert Langlois? Anyways, Mr. Langlois, the famous producer, but they're both from the same city. He is a harp player, guitar player, blues singer. He released 2 records on Daffodil Records, solo records that he produced, and played most of the material, most of the instruments on. But this one, he recorded it in, I think he recorded it in New Orleans, of course, with Alan Toussaint. The Meters back him up, and I love the Meters. I love Alan Toussaint. That Meters are fantastic, fantastic band. If you're lucky enough to find a Meters record out in the wild, just snatch it up. Anyways, King Biscuit Boy, kind of a bluesy album, funky blues. That's what I call that. So the King Biscuit Boy, Richard Newell from Hamilton, Ontario. Nice to find that, and that's a great, great conditioned record as well. I'm always looking to boost up my post-punk collection from the UK, and I ran across a couple of albums from a band called Shriekback, who I didn't know anything about, but I knew their name, but I never really gave them a listen. But this is their 1984 release, 85 release, Oil and Gold, post-punk, and let's see, I do have 2 of the records. One of the fellows that in here is Barry Andrews. He used to be in XTC, and Dave Allen used to be in the Gang of 4. So they combined to produce a couple of records up until about 1986 or so. And then I think Dave Allen left and got back together again. And it's a complicated relationship, but it's pretty good post-punk. This album here is, like I said, it's Oil and Gold. This one's a little stronger than the next one I'm going to show. I got 2 of them. And this is Shriekback, Big Night Music, where they claim they don't use any electronics at all. They're just playing acoustic music. They've got horns in here, so I don't feel it's quite as strong as its predecessor. But it's still pretty good. Anybody got some information on Shriekback, you want to send it in the comments to me, please. I'd love to hear some more about them. Shriekback. These were all $10, so pretty good buys. And if, like last week's show, yeah, I showed a lot of Bobby Bare. Well, I found another Bobby Bare. This is a double set. It's Bobby Bare sings Lullabies, Legends, and Lies. Again, double album. All the songs are by Shel Silverstein, by the way. He collaborated with Shel quite a bit through his career, and always great to find another Bobby Bare record. Again, for $10, double album, and it's in the shrink, so it's minty mint. Nice find there. Another artist that I collect Never see them out in the wild. Very, very infrequently. That's Mickey Newberry, kind of a Nashville songwriting legend. This is his, let's see, 1977 release called Rusty Tracks. Yeah, he's a legendary writer, highly regarded in the Nashville songwriting community, and you rarely see his records. I've got, I think, 3 or 4 of them. Never run across them, and this one is in great shape. Usually you see them, and they're all pretty beat up. And this is on ABC Records, 1977. Mickey Newberry. So happy to find that one. And coming up, I only got a few records left, guys. Maybe I'll come in under 20 minutes. That'll be a treat, won't it? Half price boxes. I couldn't resist going through there, and I found Greg Allman's Laid Back. I think this cost me $10. It was priced at 20. I only have one Greg Allman solo record, and that is I'm No Angel from about 1986 or 1985 or something like that. The title track on I'm No Angel is fantastic. The rest of the record was really kind of mediocre, kind of 80s blues. But anyways, happy to find this. This is his first, I think his first solo record called Laid Back from if I had to guess, I'll just find out if I have a date on here. 1973 on Capricorn Records. Of course, there's the inside cover. There's a picture of his then wife. Yeah, I haven't given this a listen yet, but Will the Circle Be Unbroken? Yeah, I think that's kind of a throwaway song, but don't mess up a good thing. Multicolored Lady, Please Call Home, Queen of Hearts, Midnight Rider was on there. All My Friends in These Days. So there you go. My first, not my first, sorry, but misspoke. Another Greg Allman solo record. And I collect 60s country, of course. This is Merle Haggard and the Strangers. Someday We'll Look Back. Capitol Records, I'm going to say about 1967 or so. They don't have a date. Back wasn't a lot of recordings prior to 1970 don't seem to have dates on either the back of the record or on the record label itself. But anyways, I love Merle Haggard. Collect all his, anytime I run across a decent copy of his 60s and 70s output, I grab it. So that one cost me, that was, again, $10 on Capitol Records. Merle Haggard. And finally, last record, folks. Picked this up for $10 again. Marked at 20. Picked it up for $10, but this is Moxie's third record, Canadian hard rock, kind of blues rock band, I guess you call it. I picked up Moxie 2 the other day. I really enjoyed it. They had a little bit of success. I think they were big in Colorado and maybe somewhere in the Northeast. And of course, all the way across Canada, they toured Canada extensively. I've seen them in several clubs. They're pretty good actually. So I was really happy to find that, and it is in great condition. You never find Moxie records in great condition because these are basically party records, and when you find them, they show their party origins. So Moxie from let me give you a date here. 1978, Moxie's third record. So that's all I got. I'm under 20 minutes. I am going to do another contest entry for my buddy Alex at Beer and Vinyl later on in the week, Thursday or Friday. And then, anyways, I got lots of stuff happening in my life. Lots of great, exciting things happening that I'll share with you maybe on the next show. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to give me a like, give me a comment, give me a sub if you want. Cheers. Thanks for watching and taking the time. Bye now.